Hi, my name's Paige. Welcome back to my channel. So it's October 6th, and I thought I should just throw together some of the clips that I had gotten for the Alice's Adventures Through Wonderland Readathon. I was trying to do a vlog, and I had hoped that it was going to take me 1 week to get through all of the books, and that just did not happen. September was kind of a weird month for reading. I was very, very busy with work, so I just wasn't able to read as much as I thought I was going to. So I just wanted to mesh together what I had and just show you what my plans were and what I ended up reading for it. So for this readathon, there were 7 different prompts, and I tried to do them as best as I could. So first prompt up is Down the Rabbit Hole to read a book set in a different world. And for this one, I ended up reading The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Barnhill. Hello, it's Monday, and I am trying to make a little bit of a dent in both of these. So over the weekend, I started Persepolis. I also started The Girl Who Drank the Moon, I think Saturday night, and I've been really trying to get to the halfway mark, but I am not quite there yet. So I think I'm going to try and work on getting to the halfway point this morning, and then try and get as close to finishing it at the end of the night. Quick update, it is Tuesday and I am about 75% done with The Girl Who Drank the Moon. Look at how cute that is. I love that. But I'm not loving this book. Honestly, I feel like I cannot connect to any of the characters, and I've just been waiting and waiting and waiting to care about them, and it's just not happening. It's very slow, but I do think it's a good story. I just don't think I connect to this writing style. It's jumping to a lot of different point of views, and it's just not my favorite that I've ever read. I think that I prefer sticking with just the child character if I'm reading a middle grade, and this has a lot of adult characters and a lot of adult point of views, and I'm not liking their point of views very much, and it's very sad. I don't hate it. I would recommend reading this one, but I've heard that the last bit is really, really good. So I'm excited to see how this ends, and I will hopefully finish it by tonight, probably by like midnight or 1 in the morning. Hello, it is Wednesday night, and I have not read since this morning. I did finish The Girl Who Drank the Moon, and I didn't love it like I predicted, but it wasn't bad. The last 50 pages were great. I loved them. I was a sobbing wreck, but the other 200 something plus pages were not my favorite. So as you can see, it wasn't my favorite book, but I do recommend it. It was very sweet, very magical, and it did have very beautiful writing, but it wasn't my favorite just because it wasn't just following the child's point of view, and I wish that it was. So the next step on the map was to the flower garden, and you were supposed to read an aesthetically pleasing book, and I chose to read The Extremely Inconvenient Adventures of Bronte and Mettlestone by Jaclyn Moriarty, because I thought that this cover and the back just, oh my gosh, these illustrations are amazing. So I really wanted to read this one for this prompt, and I have a bit of a minute or so clip of me talking about this one. Hello, it's been a couple of days since I've last updated. It is actually Monday, so it's been 4 or 5 days since I last updated. So I started reading and completed The Extremely Inconvenient Adventures of Bronte and Mettlestone, and I loved this so much. I give it 5 stars. It was just the escape that I needed. It was so fun, and I loved Bronte as a character. She is so sweet. She is a kind and caring young girl. So in this book, Bronte finds out that her parents, who she has never met, were murdered by pirates, and they are sending her on this quest, and it is all put in their will but bound by fairy magic. So she cannot break this, or else horrible things will happen to her hometown. And so she has to go on this adventure where she goes and stays with all of her 11 or so aunts, and she's meeting dragons and elves, and she's saving the day, and there's avalanches, and she gets along with some of her aunts better than some of the other ones, and I really had a fun time. I loved that she was a bit silly. She got to be a 10-year-old. There's one scene where she just got so overwhelmed that she just broke down crying, and I was like, yes, I'm so glad that this author is letting her be a child, where she's going on this like very scary, stressful adventure without any grown-up supervision, and she wants to be with her aunt who raised her, and she misses her, and just like little things that just made her feel like a kid who's on just this overwhelming adventure. But she learned so much, and I had so much fun reading this, so I highly recommend this one, and it's so beautiful. So as you can see, I absolutely love this one. This is one that I definitely highly recommend reading. So the next stop on the map was eat me, drink me, and to make a little cozy snack. So I went ahead and made some hot chocolate and ate a pumpkin chocolate chip cookie. And I watched some books past bedtime because she had posted at the perfect opportunity. Next up was to go to the White Rabbit's house, and the prompt for this one was to read a book for a cozy night in. So I actually took the time to decorate my bedroom for fall, and I absolutely love how it turned out, so I'll let you see that, and then I just have a little clip talking about the house with chicken legs. Okay, so this came with a remote and a charger. It's battery operated. What? Like, oh, it does work. What? This is awesome! Fancy. But I still don't know what the charger is for. There's nowhere to plug it. Oh well, it's cute. I lied, I found the spot to plug it in. It's Monday. Rainbow Day. I look a little crazy because we had Rainbow Spirit Day, but I just wanted to update that I am a little bit over halfway of the house with chicken legs, and I think I like it. It didn't go where I expected it to, but then I went back and read the inner flap, and it says something that happens that I just didn't expect to happen. So that was just a my bad for not knowing, but I think I like where it's going. I think it's really sweet. It's a super easy read, but I'm just running out of time every day to read. So I might try and read maybe for another 30 minutes to an hour before I go to bed. It's already midnight, but I really want to get this done and then try and read Ivy Aberdeen's Letter to the World tomorrow, which is September 30th and the last day of the readathon. And then I'm probably going to read Train to Impossible Places on Thursday, Friday before the live show so that I can still be a part of that, because I'm really excited for that. And I really wanted to finish this out. And I'm also kind of a completionist, so I need to finish it for myself. But I do like this. It's really sweet. It is a very fall read, and I'm really enjoying that part too. So I ended up really liking this story, and I think that the biggest reasons why I like this was that I really love books with a grandmother. I am very close to my grandma, so those books always just are very moving to me. And this one has another trope that I'm realizing that I love, and that's having a strong connection to a house. So in this one, Marinka and her house are very close. They have their own relationship, and I've pretty much grown up in my grandparents' house. I came over here almost every single weekend of my childhood, and then I've been living here since I was 18. So I just have a really strong connection to my house. So reading about Marinka's bond with her house, that brought me to tears so many times too. So I feel like I had very strong personal connections to this book, but some people might find Marinka to be a little bit selfish and might not like the choices that she makes. So if you like grandparents, if you like houses that have feelings, then you might like this one. Next up on the map is to the Queen of Hearts Palace. And the prompt for this is to read a book you think you will love. So I chose Ivy Aberdeen's Letter to the World. And I only have a little clip of me reading it. So I really, really love this book. This one got to me too. I think I cried over every single one of these middle grade books. There's something about middle grade that just, they get to you. They just get you right in the feels, and this one, it did it for me too. But I highly recommend this one. It's about Ivy, who's going through a lot. Her family is going through a big change because their house was just destroyed by a tornado. Her mom and dad have just had 2 babies, so they're very young, and Ivy's dealing with now being a middle child and being a little bit forgotten. She's had a falling out with her sister. She's dealing with her sexuality, and just there's a lot going on for her, and I just felt for her the entire time, and she was so precious, and I absolutely love her. This was such a good read. I am so glad I saved it for this prompt because I did love it. So like I said, this month was a little bit strange. I kind of ran out of time to do much of anything, so I did not end up getting to the next prompt, which was The Cheshire Cat, and that was to read a strange or mysterious book. I had planned to read The Train to Impossible Places by Paige M, which was the group read for the month, but I really wish that I could have gotten to it. I just completely ran out of time. So that's the only part of the map that I did not make it to. But I did make it to the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, which was the live show.
I'm currently drinking my very late coffee, so
I showed up to it a little bit late, so I was a little behind in what was going on, but I felt like listening to PG Bell talk about this book makes me really want to pick it up as soon as I can, and it was probably the most fun live show I've ever watched. They played so many games, and it was just so interactive, and they were all so funny. I really had a good time watching that live show, so I had such a fun time this month, and I am so glad to have read so many great middle grade books. So these were the books that I was able to complete for the month, and this was the one that I was not, but I love middle grade. I think that I need to make it a priority now because it was such a fun time and it brought out so many emotions in me. All right, so I hope that you like this little bit different kind of casual vlog, but I had such a good month and I am very excited for everything that I'm going to be reading in October. So let me know if you have read any of these books, which ones were your favorite if you have read them, or which ones do you want to now read. I think that's all I have. I will see you later. Bye.